Hey, what's going on, guys? MintheQ7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 122 today for Season 4 of the Coca-Cola 600. Um, After a pretty dominating performance, I guess you could say you want to call it that, in the All-Star race, we actually have some money to play with now. We're actually going to be selling some things and actually building our money as well, at building some new parts. I can't say building our money because we don't have anything to work with. But in terms of selling things, is we gotta sell some of these things, because I thought about it for a while. This isn't worth its value anymore. We're gonna go instead build another one. We're gonna build another one for 6 races here. They're all gonna be in the generic side. In terms of the engine power, I want to say, well, I don't want to get rid of this one, even though this engine's been with us for a long time. This engine number 3, but in terms of which ones I want to get rid of, I'm thinking about we're just going to get rid of this one as well. We're going to sell this one for $338. And just immediately start building new ones anyway. 79.83, it's not so bad anyway. Of course, as for the body work, I believe, if I recall correctly, it's one of these things I really want to get rid of. I mean, the body work is kind of like the most lackluster thing we have on the whatchamacallit right now. 76 and 80, we're going to have to work with that. I believe it's gonna be this one that needs to go, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of this one. We're gonna go build another one as well. We're gonna take this one for 6 races as well. It should be fine. But actually, we can also start. It's gonna be a bit of a problem for us because now we're actually only gonna have one body and one set of cars to work with here. So we actually be very well, this one we can just repair, no problem, honestly. And I think that's what we're gonna do. Oh, okay, not 4 races. There we go, 2 races. Yeah, let's do that. For the engine, I think we can overhaul something. Okay, not this one. Yeah, this one would be the only one that would be overhauled. So actually, this one's actually gonna be repaired for 2 races anyway. Nope, not 4, not 4. Oh, I made the same mistake twice almost. Definitely don't want that. In the body, yeah. This is the only one that's going to be overhauled. And out of all that, we only made about 200,000. Out of all that, there were some things I wanted to do, but we made $200,000 out of that whole All-Star race, which is exactly what we wanted. But now it's a bit of a gamble now, because we only have 1 active car for 2 races. With that being said, I think you know which parts we're going to be choosing. The best stuff, the same car that we used for the All-Star race. But now we have to manage this car for 2 races because Dover's up next. We definitely don't want to disappoint. Either way, it's time for the marathon here at Charlotte. Alrighty, I made some changes to the front and rear suspension, but Nick, why did you make some changes? Well, I actually want to make this car last a little bit longer, so I raised both the front and rear suspension just by 5 apiece. So it actually theoretically just also have the same amount of loose/tightness anyway. Theoretically. But of course, as per usual, we only have 1 lap of qualifying, so we gotta make the most of it anyway. Now, let's see. We usually start at the back at Charlotte. Well, let's see what happens this time. Okay, we start further up actually than what we normally do at Charlotte. Anyway, 23rd place and a random Kenny Wallace pole once again just shows its ugly mug. Why does this always happen? Anyway. Time for the pre-race ceremonies of the Memorial Day 600.
Welcome everyone to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's time once again for the running of the Coca-Cola 600 here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. And EA Sports is here to bring you all the action. This should be a fantastic race as usual.
About 80% of the teams are based in this area, and these fans are serious about their racing. Add to that an amazing facility with great seats all around and 43 NASCAR Winston Cup cars. We're in for one awesome race. I guarantee that.
Bobby Labonte got his first win in the 1995 Coca-Cola 600 at Lowe's, something few other drivers have done.
And those other 3 are Jeff Gordon, David Pearson, and Matt Kenseth. Not bad company at all.
Ricky Rudd, who's currently in the top 10 in points, will try to reach the next step, the top 5.
He's been working hard this season and is paying off so far. He'll need a good finish in this one to gain some spots.
The 56 car is starting to get some respect from a few of his competitors.
That says a lot about this driver's control and sensibility on the racetrack. He can race guys hard, but he also knows when to exercise some patience and give them some room.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
So it's the Stacker 2 Dodge that leads the way
Let's
here
see how
in the
they'll line
fourth,
up for
in
the
our
start.
fourth Coca-Cola 600. Meanwhile, we have our
In the
old-time
front row are
Philadelphia
the Stacker
Maroon
2
and
Dodge
Baby Blue
and
going
the
into this
Dale
race.
Jr. Chevrolet.
But we all know the drill. 100 laps here today, with twice the length of Richmond. It's going to be one long night. We definitely don't want to do anything crazy within the first few laps, of course, as we all know from previous Coke 600s. And once again, like last time, oh, okay, we're already like being a little bit of rubbing with Ricky Craven, and that was a 30? That was a 30? I'm sorry, what? A 30 for that? That's disappointing, honestly. I was expecting for it to give me a 10, but all right. Whatever you say, game. Anyway, a little bit of damage on the side, no big deal or whatnot. It's not like the right front's damaged or anything like that. Maybe a tiny bit of side force. As I say that, the right front is just right then and there. We're not getting as much bite off in the corners as of yet, but like I said, long race. No need to win on the first lap. It's a long-ass race. It's the longest race in the game, and honestly, I don't mind these long races. That's why I put it at 25%. Putting it at 50%, however, these episodes would take a little bit longer than normally I post every 3 days. It would take longer, honestly. But and you won't get as much episodes. I probably would have quit after the third season anyway if we were to do 50% races. But thankfully with the 25, we're still in season 4 and maybe potentially season 5, depending on how I feel about how this storyline will go. As we now back ourselves inside the top 20, we just got to keep marching our way up there. That's exactly what we're doing. Here we are in a whole cluster of cars. Once again, Kenny Walls is just holding literally everybody up. We're not going to go 3 wide off the dogleg oval. Too early for that move. As we'll go now side by side with Mark Martin. Of course, Kenny Walls is being Kenny Walls and holding up literally everybody on that outside line. We're going to be patient here with Matt Kenseth. Make sure we don't go 3 wide too early in this race. Going to be very patient. As we let the bottom open, despite being patient, I ignore everything I say. Yeah, remember what I said about racing smart? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do what I just did. I'm going to be channeling my inner Ryan Preece and say, don't do that. Whatever I did just there, don't do that. Because you won't be winning that many races if you did exactly what I just did. Well, now we're in the back. You know what we're gonna do. We need to put on 4 Dr. Feelgoods after that dumbass move by myself. Of course, when the pit stop doesn't matter, we get a good pit stop with a 15-1. Bro.
Looks like we were the only car on pit road during that entire caution.
You're doggone right, spotter. We were the only ones that came down the pit road. And now, we just gotta work our way back up. That's all.
41 is outside.
Whoa, my goodness! I was riding the apron there. There was barely any grip. Go figure, right? Anyway, we're almost inside the top 35 once again. Like, not really once again, but we're almost clawing ourselves right back inside the top 35. Making a nice pass on Jack Sprague. I'm just trying to make moves inside and, well, only inside. We're also going to be slicing and dicing through the middle. We're going to do for 2-for-1 special with Joe Nemechek and, of course, Stanton Barrett in the 49. Next up, we got David Green and Kevin Grubb. All of the other, like, oh, my goodness, a little bit of nudge there from David Green. We got Jeremy Mayfield and Hermie Sadler right in front of us as well. Once again, this time we're actually going to be listening to what I say and not ignore my own advice and just be a little bit patient getting around these guys. Make sure we get them as clean as possible. Try to avoid 3 wide situations, but we're kind of, Nah, we're not clear. We're not clear. We are clear, but we're not down there. So unfortunately, we had to wait for a little bit for Mayfield to go on by. Poor Mayfield had a great run in the first part of the season, and then unfortunately for him, that run momentum just died off completely. Hopefully he can bounce himself back at some point. But anyway, we're now back at 27th place, and we're just going to keep rolling on forward here in this race.
29-22.
These 6-lap fresher tires and everyone else are actually really starting to show themselves, because now we're only just about to be inside the top 20 at this point. We got Jamie Mack, who's also our fellow Rookie of the Year compatriot, right beside us. Really squeezing us down there, actually.
He's still there.
And of course, he now finally settles right behind us.
42. He's looking right.
Got Steve Park alongside, and then we got Jeff Green in front of us as well. Now we got, of course, everyone's favorite movie chicane and Jerry Nadeau alongside, and we got Johnny Benson that's straight up ahead as well. We're already proving once again that we're the superior Pontiacs. We're gonna try to make them pass on Johnny Benson this lap. We're gonna try to go down to the inside of the number 10 car, and away we go, shooting straight past them. This car is so much better on the fresher tires. Now this makes me think about what I'm going to do for the rest of the pit stops anyway at this point of this race. We're coming up right towards Kurt Busch here, who actually finished runner-up in the, well, he was potentially in the runner-up spot of the All-Star race. He was a really great contender for that race, all race long in the All-Star race. Unfortunately for him, he's not having a successful Coke 600, it seems, at the moment. Maybe his luck will change around, as we're now 5 seconds back between the race leader. I'm not even sure, but we got other Roush cars in front of us. Of course, we just passed Jeff Burton not too long ago. Now we got Mark Martin and Matt Kent also right in front of us as well. We're going to have to drift, really towing us down along almost 200 miles an hour. I might have to adjust the gear ratio the next time we go to Charlotte once again for the second Charlotte race of the season, to try to try to get ourselves a little bit more top end. Anyway, we have to back out. We have to back out of that. We did not have a good entry going into 1 and 2. We're gonna try to slice and dice our way through here. Go towards the middle. Be very off the gas. We had to get out of the gas to make sure we don't stick right behind Matt Kent. We shoved him out of line. We actually make him lose 2 spots. Unfortunately, we did not make the pass to Mark Martin. We're going to be now on the outside. And there's something I need to take care of. Excuse me, Harvick. And Martin, I'm going to need you two to settle amongst yourselves real quick. Now we're not going to go 3 wide here just yet.
The 6 car, tail low.
In fact, we're just going to go past Kevin Harvick down low right here, and we're just pushing Mark Martin straight forward actually this entire time.
Got one outside.
And now we got our sponsor right in front of us, Michael Waltrip. And we just sail it in there. Now there's something I got to take care of first before I go any further. Alrighty, I got our sponsor very happy. That's all I needed to do. We didn't really lose that much time. If not, in fact, we kind of just plateaued. Unfortunately for Mikey, he's just a little slow. Yeah, so now we're back to about being 5.5 seconds back. But hey, we made our sponsor happy, which is what I wanted to do anyway. Don't forget, it's not Napa that's sponsoring us, even though it says it on the car. It's Michael Waltrip that's sponsoring us. So that's the one we definitely want to keep happy anyway. That's otherwise the funding will not be so pretty anyway. Anyway, we're back inside the top 10. Pit stops should be coming up pretty soon. I'm not sure when exactly I want to come down the pit road. Oh my goodness! All right, so now we got the front tires going down. We just made up a half second that lap. We're just kind of now in the middle of a bit of a bum rush mode. My goodness me! Once again, another mistake by myself, and we got collected really hard. Hard hit, but for us, somebody is dead. Somebody's out of the race. We did not do a very good job at driving. A little bit of side-by-side action battles there. We take out... Oh, that was Harvick we took out. And Mark Martin as well. The 2 championship leaders collide. Oh, not a good look. The car is pretty much compromised at this point. So we're going to have to make do with what we got at this point. We're gonna make an air pressure adjustment just to try something out. I'm gonna leave the wedge alone. Either way, the car is going to be ill handling for the rest of the race because of my careless act of trying to pass Bobby Labonte. Our car was going way too much head of steam. I'm pretty sure that was my fault. I'm not going to blame him for that. It's just me being reckless. Yeah, in order for us to actually defend our Coke 600 win, we can't be making mistakes like that. We can't be overconfident with the race lead either. And Fittipaldi holds us up in the pits because of course he does. And now we're right behind Ricky Craven, it seems, as well.
A couple of guys didn't pit, now they're up front.
I don't know why they haven't come down pit road yet. So, unfortunately, they're going to have to make their pit stop pretty soon. Anyway, we're back underway, 1/3 of the race down already. Now we're on sequence with everybody. But in terms of like the aerodynamics and drag that we're going to have on this car, you know, getting the launch off the corner is not going to be so easy. As you can see, the damage is almost all the car is completely yellow. Thankfully, the fuel cell did not blow up during that contact. Otherwise, we would have been in major trouble for our car-wise. But don't forget, this is our only car. It was a bit of a gamble for us to do stuff like this. And of course, Labonte, has every right to be upset with us. But hey, this puts us back inside the top 15 anyway.
Number 32 is still there.
Go down the inside of Ricky Craven. We're gonna take that spot back. Now we got Steve Park and the gang all up there. We're gonna try. Oh, we had momentum, but then of course Steve Park, does a very good job of defending us. We're gonna go right down the inside, trying to take that spot away. This car does not feel that much lost performance. We're gonna have to see the lap time here in just a second. All right, let's see. What does the lap time say?
29.
Oh yeah, 29.1. That's 3/10 off the pace. I mean, at least the durability stats would go pretty much higher as we go down the apron again. We nearly lose the car again, and Mayfield once again back inside the top 10. Mayfield's been getting better at learning how to play along with these races. His crew chief, it must be like improved or something.
Still there. Keep digging.
This car is still fast, believe it or not, despite all the damage. And I did check the leaderboard. Yeah, Kevin Harvick is officially out of the race. That contact we made with Labonte causing that whole incident, Harvick was just a bit of an innocent bystander in that whole incident, and that just blew his car up wide. And of course, this leaves the championship battle a little bit more wide open for us, and this is really going to affect Kevin Harvick going into the next few races. Anyway, we're still side by side with Ricky Rudd for about the past 3/4 of a lap now at this point. Just gonna try to side draft just a tad, but it doesn't seem to work very well in this game.
Focus on your marks, buddy.
I think this guy, I don't think. But we have the speed and we can get into the draft, which I'm trying to get into Tony Stewart, and I think I want to say that's Mark Vaught up there.
You're closing on the leader.
All right, so we cleared the pass off Ricky Rudd.
They're on both sides.
This is all about just trying to get back up there and just basically try to see if we can still salvage the win. I think we're still one of the top 5 fastest cars on the track at this point. This air pressure adjustment is actually kind of helping this car a little bit in a way. So really, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit slower. I might bring it back to 23 just in case. It's not a really good test to see when your car's all mangled up a little bit. We caught the draft of this pack in front of us. It's a bit of a bad news there for this whole pack there, because this car is still fast despite being so mangled like that. We gotta use that newfound speed. This air pressure adjustment is really helping out in the top speed department. I should have just ran this at the very start. The handling doesn't seem that much different anyway. It's just a little bit slower because of the drag, overall lap time wise. We're now right behind Mark Martin. We're gonna be fake high, trying to go down low, but of course we enter the corner a little bit too high. We're gonna try not to make the same mistake we did last time, and we get loose off of turn 4. A tiny bit of pass in the grass here. Anyway, we're going to be still side by side with Mark. We're going to give him a little bit of a squeeze, and then we just take the spot away. Up next is Wonder Boy himself, Jeff Gordon in front.
All clear, buddy.
Try to make a move to the outside. Does not want to work. We're going to push him up a little bit, just a tad.
Number 24, now low.
We actually almost locked bumpers there. Can't do that, of course.
They're on both sides.
We're going to try to sneak underneath him. No, he shuts the door. He's still doing a lot of defensive driving here so far, but we're actually still down towards the inside, having a little bit of a help here from Sterling Marlin as well.
The 24 car is still there.
And we have a smoker.
Is coming high.
It's everyone's favorite, Christian Fittipaldi. Nothing of value was definitely lost there. But now we got to start thinking about when are we going to make that final pit stop. It's right now. I looked at the leaderboard statistics. I see that it's Ryan Newman. He's put on a clinic this race. He's led almost every single lap in this race. The only other people that led a lap are only one lap. It was Dale Jarrett, I think Jimmy Johnson as well. So now we're finally in the top 5, almost halfway in the race. We're fighting alongside Story Marl. We're gonna use the draft to pull us up, and we're gonna be clear low. Juniors are gonna try to block us down there. But we're going to keep the spot, have Sterling Marlin get a little bit of a tow. And now we're up to P4 in this race. We're almost right with Jimmy Johnson to take the 3rd spot away. I believe it was Jimmy Johnson and I. Jimmy Johnson and I were having a bit of an old scrap back in the last season as well. We're going to give Johnson a little bit of a push, a little bit of help. Because why not? Somebody's got to catch these two guys. Yeah, I thought about it for a moment, and I said no. So we're going to be down towards the inside. We brought his ally back to 100. That's good. That's nice to see anyway. Going to go past him down low, and we're at the podium spot. We're at the bottom of the podium now. Up next is Dale Jarrett, and of course the dominant car of the day, Ryan Newman. It looks like Ryan Newman's going to get the most laps led in this race. That's like me. We've still got a second half left to go. We still have one more to this race too. So we definitely don't want him up there. We got some lap traffic coming up, it seems, in the next few laps. In fact, I see him right there. I'm not sure who that is, but pretty sure he won't be in that much trouble. But anyways, we're still having a thick head of steam. Big, thick head of steam as we're going to try to make the move on our old friend, old rival. Get a little rub there. We take no room whatsoever. Yeah, even though the game set does not say otherwise, but definitely, I just want to keep that rivalry going. And Sterling Marlin's going to try to take the 3rd spot away, and he does. The silver bullet may be back, guys. It's been like, what, 4 seasons now at this point for you to not have a win? But now he's going to be on the outside line now, it seems. So it's unfortunate for Marley. He's going to get railroaded, conveyor belted all the way to the back now. We're gaining quite a bit on Ryan Newman. He's got held up a little by Chase Montgomery, just a tad. But we're slowly reeling him in. Definitely getting closer and closer by each lap. Like this time it was 1.3 and the previous lap was 1.6. We messed up a little bit in 3 and 4, but we can always get the power down on it and just get good run off of 3 and 4. Actually, that was a good middle line there, actually. Let's see, what's the gap now? It should be less than, like about a second, and it is about a second. 1.03 is the gap. As long as we don't get held up by Montgomery, and we do a little bit, we're going to get held up just a tad. We're going to go slinging past him on the outside. Lap cars never know how to get out of the way for the player, it seems. And now it's just mano-a-mano, no traffic in front of us at all. Just 1v1 with another driver who's won earlier this race. Rocket Man Ryan Newman's having a good momentum swing in these past few races anyway. He's going to have a huge opportunity now since his other championship compatriot of Kevin Harvick also out of this race. So that's huge. He can get a good points day out of this as we got people coming down the pits already to make their final stop. We're not worried about it for at least a little while longer anyway. I think we can still win this race. We can just get a good pit stop anyway. But we're still inching ever so closer. I think, say, by next lap's time, we'll be able to get into the slipstream, whereas now we're 0.6. This tire wear is actually incredible. Yeah, this setup is a lot better than having the 23 in terms of, like, tire health or whatnot. It feels great, and we're actually starting to be in the slipstream. That's bad news for Ryan Newman. We're in the slipstream, going nearly 201 and going into that corner. This car is absolutely fast, as all 4 of our tires are now starting to wear completely. I'd say by the next quarter, maybe by the end of the lap here, we're going to get around them. We have not fallen off at all lap time-wise. It's incredible. We've been running 29 2s, 3s, 1s all race long. It has not really fallen off. Of course, we're about 0.4 of a second slower per lap, but it ain't going to matter. We're going to be fighting for the lead here against Rocket Man Ryan Newman. We know how hard he can be to pass, and he's trying to prove that worth right then and there. We're side by side still, coming off the turn number 4. We are now clear and leading the Coke 600 in a completely destroyed car. our team just has this desire to keep winning everything, but yet nobody wants to sign us. It's all marketability, my guys. Why do you think some people have NASCAR rides in real life still? The tires are indeed very worn, and it's time for us to come down pit road pretty soon.
Almost out of gas.
Yeah, I'm thinking next lap or two we're going to come on in. Not this lap, but lap 68. We're going to come on in, make our final stop, and do a 32-lap run. We're almost there to the very end of the stint. I just didn't think we would get the lead with the destroyed car. I thought we would be struggling.
Keep running that line.
I was absolutely wrong. This durability of this car is incredible. I always thought the car, I guess the setup must be just that good, I guess, and the car, of course, as well, is also just that good, too. We got parts now that are in the 80s. Of course, it's going to be hard to lose now when you have the parts that are in the 80s, anyway. Unless you're at California, anyway, or something like that. But anyway, down to the pits we go.
We lost the lead.
Yeah, no change. We're going to have to make some more repairs, it seems, but that'll be fine. We'll make up for it, lap time-wise. Yep, no mistakes, fellas. No mistakes. That was a good stop, but we had to repair the damage a little bit, of course. That was a good stop. Overall, good stop, and away we go, back onto the track. We got some traffic to watch out for. Of course, we're going to try our best to merge on the back straightaway as well. Oh, dear me. Hold on to it. That's going to affect us in the long run with that terrible pit exit. But even those minor setbacks won't really stop us completely anyway. But unfortunately, we got to repass Greg Biffle, it seems, for the spot. Yeah, the unfortunate costly error for that could affect us tire wear wise as the race goes by. That's really slid the right side tires. The leaders are now coming into the pits. It's about time. It's time to see. Oh no, it's going to be Jeff Burton takes the lead. He decides to stay out another lap. I guess he's hoping for a caution flag. I mean, to be fair, it did happen once before, a caution, at Charlotte. Not because of a pit strategy, because of a rare AI mistake on this track. 88 entering the track ahead, so it seems like we might have lost a spot. We lost some time, it seems. That's not great. I mean, he must have stopped earlier. So now Jeff Burton's finally going to surrender the lead and get on with the stop. We're not sure. I'm still not quite sure where we're going to be cycling out in the pits really soon. Anyway, so now we got Scott Wimmer. I wonder how he's doing against Brian Vickers anyway for the Rookie of the Year battle. Not really much excitement between those two cars. I was expecting so much more. But right now we're sitting pretty back at the 10th spot. Back down to P7 we are. We lost a lot of time, it seems. I looked at the leaderboard really quickly. We actually lost. Leader is actually Dale Jarrett with a 3.4 second lead compared to us anyway. And we got traffic, and we slid our tires, and we had actually a mediocre pit entry actually as well. But now looking back at it, now we're gonna try to steal back these spots anyway.
We can pick up some more spots.
So we got a lot of ground to make up within 25 laps, but I think we can get it done. It's just that costly. The pit strategy may or may not work in our favor. Our tires might offset because of that horrendous slide that we've done. As we're coming out of the pits, that might come back to bite us still. We got 6th and 5th now right in front of us. We got both the beer cars of the 8 and the 40. My audio keeps cutting in and out on my headset. It's really starting to distract me a little bit. But we're going to try to go for pass down. That was our fastest lap of the race, believe it or not, despite having the tire wear issue. Now we got Labonte who's really pissed off with us after that little bit of that wreck that we had caused with him. To be really careful here. We got to be really smart with him. Make sure we pass him as clean as possible. It's going to be really hard to get around. There's Ryan Newman up there who would be essentially, you would have been PP1, but he must have had like a horrible stop or something. Or maybe he just hit it a little bit too late. I'm going to be very careful with Bobby Labonte. We don't want to make the dive down to the inside unless we know we can make it stick. Not that time. I don't want him to body slam us, and he's going to body slam us. We committed down here, and we're going to be fighting. And it wasn't that big of an issue, it seems. Now we're back up to P4. That scared me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. That's kind of scared me a little bit. I wonder how hard it would be to win a championship when everyone is your rival. There's not like I can mod the game to make everyone minus 100, and share drafting would not decrease it. I wonder how hard it would be to win a championship. So judging by the telemetry, we're actually gaining about maybe a tenth, maybe 2 per lap, depending on the traffic in front of the leaders and whatnot. We may have enough time. We only have 17 laps to get back to the lead, but we have to make up this 3-second gap or whatnot that we have. We got Rocket Man right in front of us. Jeff Gordon as well, who's running in second in this race. Maybe he can finally get himself his first win in 2006 anyway. He's been kind of slacking in this playthrough. Honestly, in general, I was expecting so much more from him. 2 wins a year. Come on, Jeff. You're never like this, and every time I play this game, it was always Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Dale Jr. Now we have, like, I think, well, at this point, it'd be Ryan Newman. But previous seasons, we had Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart, and Dale Jarrett Jr. Stewart. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say anyway. Then we got Rocket Man. Like, this draft's really helping us out, because now we just gained about 4/10 that lap. I think his tires might be starting to fall off a little bit. Speaking of falling off, actually wearing right front now. Yeah, we've been pushing these tires pretty hard these last few laps here. All these lap cars are getting in my way. We're having a hard time getting back into this fight, but now we actually got rid of them. Now he's got to get rid of these 2 cars in front. Otherwise, we're going to have to let Dale Jarrett win again, and we don't want that. I honestly don't want that. Got Ryan Newman right in front of us now. We're actually in his slipstream. That's very good news for us, because we can actually have him tow us a little bit here for these next few laps. We still have to take down a 2.3-second gap with 11 laps to go. It could be possible, but I'm not sure how much we destroy these tires. There's only like 1 lap car in front of Dale Jarrett. Well, actually, no, there's 3. I can see them right up ahead as well. So we do have to make sure we're able to get around these guys as well as he does. But it doesn't help that we actually have lead lap cars get around us as well. Newman is not exactly an easy car to race against either. As we know. Trust me, we know. You can get down that part right anyway. Anyway, we need to make short work with him. We definitely need to make short work with him. Down towards the inside, a little bit of contact there. We actually sent him towards the wall, but we're actually able to knock him out of the way just fine. All's fair game. We used the bumper and run. Nobody wrecked, thankfully. And then we're up to Jeff Gordon. Dale Jarrett, around them. Facebook around them. It's going to be tough now because it's all clear traffic for the number 88 right there. It's all set sailing. Maybe gaining, but man, that was been a horrible time to go down the road, and maybe a horrible decision to even repair the damage. Flying through this field. Joe Nemechek trying to play defense, trying to be a teammate for Jeff Gordon, but it won't be enough. We're going to be down towards the inside. He thought about pitching us down there, but we got the power down, and away we go. We pass him. Let's see, what's the interval this time? Ooh, not great. Not great at all. We actually kind of leveled up the pace. And we're running the top at this point, so I don't know about us getting to the win, especially since we got like a few cars in front of us as well. So back-to-back Coke 600 victories may not look like it's going to happen tonight, boys. I hate to say it. It could. Jeff Gordon might be catching him as well. I mean, I think he might be gaining a little bit anyway. We need to make short work of these lap cars quickly, even if we have to pass on the grass. So now we're 1.5, not about 1.9 back. We make absolutely short work with everybody, with all the lap cars. Not without a little bumping and banging with Robbie Gordon, of course, as well. Kind of nudged him out of the way. Now we just got to set sail and just keep our sights on the number 24 and the number 88. We got to make sure we can get through there. There's also a little bit more lap traffic, it seems, for the number 88. Maybe we can have them hold them up a little bit. Coming to 4 laps to go. Yeah, he got around all the lap cars with no problem. And now we can always fight for second.
29, 40. Okay, buddy.
Now fight for second place here with Jeff Gordon. All the lap cars are holding him up. We need to take second. Of course, I know it's not all over yet for the race leader anyway. But, realistically speaking, I think we're just out of time. I think we're just out of time to catch him. He's right in front of us too, right. But I'm now just fighting for second as we nearly lose the rear end. All these lap cars are trying to get in my way once again. We're now 1.3 back. We just have to be very uberly aggressive. We're bodying everybody out of my way because look, I want that P2. I want that second place or even the win. Our seventh win. I can't believe I'm even saying this at this point. 7 wins. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen with 2 laps to go. If we could just somehow sniff the draft, maybe we might have a chance. I don't know. But we have to take time to slipstream correctly here for Jeff Gordon coming towards the back straightaway. As now we're 1.3 back still, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Yeah, that costly error of me sliding, that was it. That and the damage we sustained, like to repair it, that's what probably costed us today. We're going to be side by side with Jeff Gordon coming to the white. We're going to be taking the second, trying to take the second spot away. But there it is. There's P1. We're going to have to use James McMurray as a bit of a slipstream partner, as we're now only 1.1 second off the leader. Realistically, it's not going to be able to get out. Realistically speaking, we're not going to be able to get him. As I just bullied James McMurray for no reason. Yeah, it's not happening. Back-to-back Coke 600s. We're just going to be just shy of the victory this time. Dang it, man. We were so close, but it doesn't look like second place is going to be done yet either. As one last attempt from Jeff Gordon, it's not going to be enough. Dale Jarrett wins. Damn it! Our rival, our personal rival, beats us today. We ended up P2. What a masterclass effort for both of us today.
The yellow didn't wave as much as usual.
Well, the fans probably would have liked to see more excitement. Now, I'm sure the drivers, on the other hand, were happy about the low number of cautions.
The 56 car gained some respect out there in this one.
Yeah, it's good to see the drivers work together out there, even when they aren't teammates.
Well, it's been a great night of racing, and until next time, this is EA Sports signing off. Good night.
So it ended up being Dale Jarrett as the victory today at of course, the Coke 600. We unfortunately did not have anything for him at the very end. We tried our best to get through there. I mean, I think our final pit stop was a bit of a mess. We were kind of slow going into the pits compared to everyone else, it seems. And also, you know, the little slide job there coming out of the pits didn't really help us out that much either. So, it's fine. We'll take these L's with a grain of salt, but we still have a great points day overall, really. We still ended up P2, but the man of the hour is this asshole right in front of us, who will take a shallow victory over us today. So as we have our finishing results today, we have Dale Jarrett with the W, unfortunately. Ourselves ended up P2 after leading 4 laps. You know, it was a good run. I just feel like we could have done things a little bit differently, honestly. It wasn't the cleanest race I've ran. I mean, that's for sure. Been some skill issues here and there, but it can all be patched up. I mean, we already have like 6 wins anyway of the season. I think we're comfortably in the point lead now ever since Harvick had an unfortunate DNF because of our own doing. But still, it wasn't on purpose. I promise that wasn't on purpose. Jeff Gordon ends up with a P3 at the bottom of the podium today. We got Ryan Newman, who led the most laps, but unfortunately the fastest car does not always win the race. Case in point, him and ourselves. I mean, he was a rocket man today, that's for sure. Dale Jr. was the only other person that led a lap today, it seems. Or maybe I'm wrong. Sterling Marlin ends up with a P6. Good, nice little resurgence for him as of recently. Rudd 7th, Tony Stewart 8th, Mark Martin 9th, and Jimmy Johnson rounds out the top 10. As we take a look at the rest of the race results, finally some luck for our race sponsor, our sponsor Michael Waltrip. Finally some luck goes his way, it seems. Not quite a top 10, but still, I mean, Jeremy Mayfield goes from 35th to 18th, and Ward Burton goes from 41st to 17th. A nice little run there for both these guys, anyway. As we take a look at the rest of the field, and of course, is anyone surprised about where he finished? As we take a look at the rest of the field, we have actually had 3 DNFs in the works. We had Johnny Benson, unfortunately, DNFing, it seems, from Fittipaldi, and of course, our little incident with Kevin Harvick, it seems. That's going to negatively affect his impact on the championship now. Well, up next is basically our home race. Very excited to see what we can do for the next episode. Anyway, I smell another victory, but Dover's not the one I'm worried about in terms of wanting to get a race victory. It's Pocono. I've been wanting to get a race victory in Pocono for a few seasons now, but now I feel like we may have the car to do it. But first, let's assess the damage before we end off the episode. Yeah, I mean, back down to 95 in the chassis, 96 in the engine, and 95 in the body works. I mean, that's fine. I thought it was going to be, honestly, I thought the body was going to be a lot worse, it seems, but I was definitely wrong about that. But we kind of leveled on money today in terms of, well, if you take away the spendings that we've done anyway, we kind of leveled on money today, actually. So, good stuff there. We didn't lose a lot, we didn't gain a lot, but of course, you know, at this point, we're probably going to just be overhauling and repairing things constantly. So that'll be it for this episode. What an action-packed race in the Coke 600 anyway, huh? We'll see you guys in the next one once we head to Dover. But of course, as always, please hit that Liberty Bell for more racing content, of course, from us. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one as we head to our home race at Dover and then following up afterwards our home state track of Pocono. See you guys in the next few races. You don't want to miss them.